The next story I'm going to read is called The Salamander Room. Once again, this is one of my favorites that I like to read every springtime. In this book, there's a little boy, and this little boy wants a salamander. Do you know what a salamander is? A salamander is kind of like a lizard. And I have another nonfiction story about a salamander that I'll share with you after I read this one, so we can see what a real salamander looks like. The Salamander Room. The Salamander Room by Ann Mazer. She is the author. And the illustrator, there's two illustrators, Steve Johnson and Lou Fancher. Brian found a salamander in the woods. It was a little orange salamander that crawled through the dried leaves of the forest floor. The salamander was warm and cozy in the boy's hand. "Come live with me," Brian said. He took the salamander home. "Where will he sleep?" his mother asked. "I will make him a salamander bed to sleep in. I will cover him with leaves that are fresh and green and bring moss that looks like little stars to be a pillow for his head. I will bring crickets to sing him to sleep and bullfrogs to tell him good night stories." "And when he wakes up, where will he play?" "I will carpet my room with shiny wet leaves and water them so he can slide around and play. I will bring tree stumps into my room so he can climb up the bark and the sun himself on top. And I will bring him boulders that he can creep over." So the boy is making his bedroom into a habitat for the salamander. "He will miss his friends in the forest. I will bring salamander friends to play with him." The little boy has all the answers, doesn't he? I think he really wants that salamander. "They will be hungry. How would you feed them?" "I will bring insects to live in my room, and every day I will catch some and feed the salamanders, and I will make little pools of water on top of the boulders so they can drink whenever they are thirsty." "The insects will multiply, and soon there will be bugs and insects everywhere. I will find birds to eat the extra bugs and insects, and the bullfrogs will eat them too." "Where will the birds and the bullfrogs live?" "I will bring trees for the birds to roost in and make ponds for the frogs." "Birds need to fly. We can lift off the ceiling. They will sail out in the sky, but they will come back to my room when it is time for dinner because they will know that the biggest, juiciest insects are in there." "But the trees, how will they grow?" "The rain will come through the open roof, and the sun too. And the vines will creep up the walls of my room, and ferns will grow under my bed. There will be big white mushrooms and moss like little stars growing around the tree stumps that the salamanders climb up on." "And you? Where will you sleep?" That's a good question. "I will sleep on a bed under the stars, where the moon shining through the green leaves of the trees, owls will hoot and crickets will sing, and next to me, on the boulder, with its head resting on soft moss, the salamander will sleep." So there they are. And that's the end of the story. Now, boys and girls, this book is fiction. It's a pretend story. That little boy really wanted to persuade Mom into letting him keep that salamander. I think he had very good ideas on what he could do to make the salamander happy. I want to show you this nonfiction book about salamanders. And just read a few of the pages so you can get some information, some facts, some details about salamanders. Look at the salamander. There are many kinds of salamanders. So you can see the different color salamanders. Like a frog, a salamander is an amphibian. How does a salamander grow? A salamander starts as an egg. That's cool. Salamander eggs float in water. A larva grows into the egg. The larva hatches, so it comes out of the egg. At first, the larva looks like a fish. It swims and it breathes like a fish too. Later, the larva grows legs. The larva eats. The larva keeps growing bigger. It becomes a salamander. The salamander is grown up. It is fun to watch a salamander grow. So this story was fiction, nonfiction, and we got lots of good details about a salamander. It's kind of fun to read some nonfiction stories and fiction stories at the same time so we can see what the real animal looks like. I hope you enjoyed the stories today, and I will be with you soon. Bye-bye.